Guys, from a very light human story to a very serious animal story, and puppy farming, it's obviously been an issue that's been very close to us here at the project. And some of the country's biggest animal welfare groups are worried that we're about to take a big backward step on the issue, and are warning that some of the images you're about to see are distressing.
The day a puppy comes home to live with its new family is a genuinely magical moment. But the sad truth is, many new dog owners unwittingly become an unsuspecting link in a supply chain of cruelty. Factory puppy farming continues to be a major animal welfare issue in Australia.
For 23 hours a day, the dogs are living in a small area where they eat and sleep and defecate, and that is their life.
The RSPCA estimates that over 95% of the dogs and puppies sold in pet shops around the country come from factory breeders.
They were continually used for just breeding every 6 to 8 months. I think it's consumer fraud. The only place a pet shop can buy a bulk amount of puppies is from these puppy factories. Registered breeders won't sell their puppies to pet shops.
Right now in Victoria, cruel puppy farming practices are back in the spotlight after the state government released a new draft code of practice for dog breeders.
The proposed code is far below what we would have hoped for and far worse than we would have ever imagined. We're very disappointed with what the government has produced.
The new code will allow breeders to kill animals using any method as long as it's humane, but the document fails to give a clear definition for what humane is. There would also be no maximum breeding age for animals, meaning that females could spend their entire lives pumping out litter after litter of pups with no respite and no companionship.
This version of the code is really so bad and so basic that it could have been written by puppy farmers themselves.
With the exception of New South Wales, the rest of the country has little to no regulations for dog breeders. What a shame Victoria hasn't led the way. But this new code isn't law yet, and more than 20,000 submissions from the public have poured in challenging the legislation.
What we're appealing to the government to do is to give us better standards, get rid of puppy factories, and do this properly.
I've got to say, this is such a disappointing moment in animal welfare history for this country. I mean, Victoria went out so hard and said that, you know, we are going to change these laws. They're looking at changing them, but to such a poor extent. I mean,
it's almost a step backwards.
It actually is. I mean, in this day and age, it's horrifying to think these laws could become fact.
What baffled me when I first looked at the proposed legislation last week is the suggestion that it's up to the breeders if they want to end the life of a dog, they can, and it just said, it doesn't specify how they have to do that. It just says in a humane way without saying what that is.
This is the big problem here: is that people that are unscrupulous when it comes to animals operate in this grey zone. They love to thrive and make profits out of rules that aren't clear enough. And here to say that death just has to be humane, well, to some people, and I hate to be blunt, a humane death is with a shovel for a pet, and that's an awful thought. It should be, if it has to happen, it should be at a vet through proper euthanasia methods.
And seeing the fear in their eyes then in some of those. Oh.